So you've created a class and you've set up the rules for your class. Let's go over how you can get students and other teachers to enter your classroom. We're going to go into my demo class. If we click the Students tab, we can see I currently have 2 members of this class. To add new students, I'll need to give my students this classroom code. Using that code, they can click the plus button, join a class, and enter the code that I've given them. It's worth repeating that once you're sure your students have joined your class, you may choose to disable the class code. This prevents anyone else who might get a hold of your code from joining the class when you don't want them to. When you re-enable the code, it will be a different code than it was before, so you'll have to give that code to a new student or anyone else you'd like to join your class at a future time. Resetting a class code will also change the code so that anyone holding the original code can no longer join your class without the new code. As students join my class, I'll see their names added to this list. If someone were to join the class that I didn't want in the class, I can check their name and I can choose to remove them from the class. I also have the option of muting a student in the class. If a student is muted, as you can see here, they can still submit work, but other students won't see anything they do. They cannot reply to other classmates, and they cannot comment or post new items to your classroom. Students that you have muted will show a red mute symbol next to their names. If you choose to unmute a student and allow them to comment again, you simply check their name. Under Actions, you'll choose Unmute. Now this student is a fully participating member of your class once more. If you are teaching a class with 2 or more teachers in the room, Google Classroom can support this as well. By going to the About page, you have the option to invite a teacher. The teacher must be someone who is already in your contact list. You can search by their name or their full email address. Once you've found the teacher that you'd like to invite to co-teach with you, check their name, choose Next. Anyone that you invite to be a teacher in your class can do everything you can except delete the class that you've invited them to. And as soon as you click Invite, they'll receive an email with instructions to join your class. You will know that they've accepted your invitation by checking their status here on the About page. In addition to receiving an email alerting the teacher that they've been invited to teach a class with you, they will also see a prompt the next time they sign into Google Classroom to either accept or decline your invitation. If they accept your invitation, the classroom view will indicate that this class now has 2 teachers. Teachers who have joined a class can leave that class via the About page by clicking the 3 little dot menu next to their name and choosing to leave the class. In case you were wondering, teachers who are added to a class cannot remove the original creator of that class. However, the main teacher can remove any secondary teachers that have been added as teachers to that class. Any teacher in the class can remove a student at any time via the Students tab by clicking one or more students and choosing Remove under the Actions tab. Once a student has been removed, they must re-enter the class code to rejoin that class. Now that you have a solid understanding of adding and removing students and teachers from groups in your Google Classroom, stay tuned for our next tutorial on adding questions, assignments, and announcements to your Google Classroom groups.